Okay guys, this is, I suppose you could call it a late Friday waffle. I was feeling a wee bit guilty of only giving you guys, what was it, about 2.5 minutes or something on Friday, so this is hopefully going to make it up to you. Apologies about the rather obscure sort of light angle. I've got a light right over there which is shining straight in my face, so it kind of looks like something like Tales of the Unexpected or some kind of horror story with the light shining on my face. So anyway, I hope you're all well. It's Monday, and you've seen the name of the title. I just wanted to talk a bit about my Blackpool weekend. I've got to say I had an absolute ball. I really, really did. It was fantastic. I mean, I went down for the 2 days this time, which is the first time I've done that. I usually travel down, usually on the Saturday morning, and then head back up. Now, the problem when you do that is you're just conscious of the time. You know, you've paid a lot of money to get down there, you've paid money for tickets, etc. And you're conscious that you want to play games, but you want to talk to your mates. And it's all a wee bit of rush. So this year I did it a wee bit differently. Because I was obviously working technically, I went down, we left, when did we leave? We left at, I got up at 4 o'clock, 4:30, 4:15 on Saturday morning, had a cup of coffee. I tell a lie, I made a cup of coffee and then I put it in a cup, one of the travel flask things, picked up my mate Ian and we drove down. We got down as far as Killington Lake, which left us 40 miles to go. What do I, another hour to go, something like that. What's going on here? That's just one of my cartridges turned round the wrong way. So yeah, we arrived at Blackpool about 9:30. And what we decided to do, our B&B was, it was at the Central Pier, I think it was, which was actually a lot further along than I thought it was going to be. I kind of had it down as it was going to be like a 10-minute walk, but it wasn't. So what we decided to do is, let's park our car at the Norbreck and then we'll go to the event and then we'll go back later on, get checked in, come back at night for the after show party, and then we'll, at night time we'll go back, we'll jump on a tram, go back to the hotel, or the B&B rather than a hotel, and then we'll come back in the morning, and then once we've finished the event we can just jump back in. So that's what we did. We parked the car. When we arrived, there was a massive queue. Now, because we were classed as press, we just walked straight to the front of the queue, and the security's like, can I help you? And I went, yeah, I'm press. And he looked at me and went, are you? I went, yeah, I'm doing 2 interviews tomorrow. Alright, okay, yeah. And he's just kind of looking at me. So I kind of hurriedly got out my phone. I'm like, there you go, mate, there you go, there's emails. And fortunately had VIP. And at that point he's like, oh, in you go. So we got VIP tickets. In fact, I'm just actually put it in the bin. I was going to keep it and use it for Play Blackpool, Play Glasgow. There's my VIP thing. I thought I could just put that on in Glasgow and maybe sneak in. So yeah, we got in. We stood outside. The guys told us we couldn't get in until 10:15. Now I said, but we're working. Can we not get in now? No. You can't get in until 10:15. Even though there was people quite clearly already in there, playing the games, etc. So I messaged Stephen from Retro Ulmin and also Chris Novabug. And Chris said to me, we're in the green room, come and get us. So my mate and Ian, we walked into the green room, we found it was kind of down the bottom, off to the right. And who did we meet? We met Chris, and there were a few other guys who I hadn't actually met before, who I think are part of, they're all YouTubers, I didn't really know them at all. So yeah, we sat in there for maybe about an hour, and then we went into the main games part. I had literally been in the games part a minute. I had literally just walked in, and who did I see? Mr. Derek Fundas. He is an absolute legend. Now, Derek is, if you don't watch his channel, go stop this video now and go and subscribe to him. Derek has got one of the best channels ever. He's certainly got the best intro ever. Absolutely fantastic. So anyway, Derek was there in character, full costume, and he said to me, "Oh, can I get an interview with you?" And he was with his good lady. So we made our way out, and it's sort of, quiet. It's noisy as you can imagine. We went up this, through the back when it was a wee bit quieter, and we had this short interview, but Derek was in character, so it was really, really funny. Apologies, Derek, I do know I was like a kind of, I think I came across as a rabbit in the headlights. That's probably about the best way to describe it. I was caught in the hop. I'd literally arrived, and obviously I didn't expect to meet you. I didn't even know you were going down, actually. So yeah, I was interviewed by Derek for his channel, and then I kind of spent, I can't remember exactly, I spent maybe about an hour playing some game. In fact, I tell a lie, I only played, you know what, on the Monday, not the Monday, on the Saturday, during the day, I only had one game of Berserk, and I think that I have one game of track and field. That was it. And before long, I thought, right, we've got our interview. Chris and I were going to be interviewing the Houston Consultants guys. So I went back into the green room, and we decided we would go and basically set up. So where the talks were, if you imagine, I don't know if you've been to play Blackpool, you know where the sort of main stage is. Well, you walk past the main stage, past the main reception, and then it's down to the left and into the right. It's a kind of private room. So we got down there about, what time would it be, about 11:45. We did a kind of sound check, the usual 1 2 1 2. I gave the guy the previous night, I was up, although I left the house at 4:30, I was up to about midnight recording videos to show, to have kind of streaming when we were doing the interviews. So it was a late night for me. So we got set up. I gave the guy my 2 videos, one for Houston panel and also one for the magnetic fields, which was on the Sunday. So I did that, and then before we knew it, 12:30 came. I've got to say, I was slightly apprehensive. You're sitting there. I've never done public speaking before, so it was all new to me. But I was certainly more relaxed because I had Chris with me. You had somebody else to kind of share the pressure, bounce off, so to speak, rather than just being on yourself. So we quickly, what am I talking about? Where's that? There's the screws coming through. Sorry, when you get light shining through, I was wondering what the hell that is. It's just a couple of screws in my unit. Anyway, talk. So 12:30 came, and just before 12:30, Andrew Hewson, Rob Hewson, who's Andrew's son, and Chris Bateman, who has worked with Rob on a few titles. So the guys came in, and I just went up and introduced myself, and cracking guys, really down to earth, could just talk away really openly, really nice guys. So we did the talk, and I've got to say, I thought it went really well. It was a wee bit, I think it's one of these skills that's going to take practice. I think you're going to, it's one of these things that you're going to get better at the more you do it. Like anything really, One thing that I was conscious of, and I think Chris was conscious of it as well, is when there's 2 people interviewing, you've got to make sure you don't talk over each other. So what we did was, we'd come up with a series of questions, and we decided, right, you ask that one, I'll ask this one. We alternated it basically, so we knew kind of where we were going. So before we knew it, we had 45 minutes of us asking the guys questions, and then we opened it to the floor for like some question and answers from the audience. So it went really well. I think everybody enjoyed it. I think the 3 guys enjoyed it. I think Chris enjoyed it as well. So that was excellent. So after that, I'm trying to think what I did. What did I do? I'll tell you exactly what I did. No, wait a minute. I'm trying to remember what I did. I was just kind of hanging about. I was talking to a lot of people, and then it got to about 6 o'clock, and me and Ian decided, right, because we've got the after show party, we're going to let's go clock in, not clock in. Let's check into our B&B. So we jumped on the tram, which is it's more like a train. I mean, it's uber modern. Excuse me a little second. Jumped on the tram and we made our way to our hotel or B&B. It's got to say the woman, is it Wendy? I think it was lovely, totally down to earth. Really nice. It's everything that a B&B in Blackpool I would expect. There was a program. Well, it's kind of like what's that program, Benidorm. And there was also a program on that years ago. I can't remember what the hell it was called, and it was basically set in a kind of B&B type Blackpool type place. It was clean, ish. I mean, we were sharing it was a communal toilet. The rooms were basic, very 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 basic, very sort of 1970s Art Nouveau wallpaper. It was probably needed a bit of TLC, but it was 47 quid for the pair of us. So with two single beds. So we didn't hang around. We basically left our stuff. I brushed my teeth, put a new t-shirt on, and then we jumped back in to get the tram back. Got to the Norbreck Hotel about quarter. I think it was 7. Yeah, it was almost 7 o'clock on the button when we arrived. And as we're walking through to basically into the main area, because to let you understand, the after show party, it's not a party as such. It's the public leave at 6 o'clock at night, and then basically you've got everybody involved in the event. From people who are working there, press, people like myself who were interviewing the guests. They were all in there. So there was probably, I don't know, maybe 100 people in there. So it was an absolutely fantastic way to play games. I mean, I was just wandering about, like a kid in a sweet shop. All the classic games. I mean, there was a really really good range of games. I mean, they had sit down Star Wars, they had a stand up Star Wars. They had Space Harrier. They had Outrun. The hydraulic versions. Commando, Berserk, Robotron, Defender, Pac-Man, lots and lots of others. I done really really nice number of candy cabs, and that's actually given me an idea for a new project. I realised how wonderful it is playing a vertical shooter on a huge TV when it's rotated, vertically. So that's my kind of new hobby. I've got a spare 32-inch TV in a cupboard, so I want to try and come up with some sort of cabinet, and it's going to solely be dedicated to shoot 'em ups, so I could play them vertically. So that's my kind of my plan. Really really nice. I think it was Dodon Patchy I played. So yeah, played a lot of games. I didn't play every machine obviously, but I don't know how many shots I had. But the great thing was, there was no queues. The only sad thing was there was pizza. There was pizza put out for everybody. But yeah, I've completely and utterly, I need to go backtrack a wee bit. We were on our way to said party, and then I met my old mate Tony Temple, and James, I think it's Lily, yeah, James Lily. I think it is, yeah, I'm sure James's second name's Lily. Known Tony and James for years. Tony's Missile Command World Champion. So they were at the bar, and we sat down and we ended up having 2-3 pints with them. And it got to, I don't know what time it was, I don't know, maybe 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I was getting pretty hungry at this point. I think Ian was as well. So we said, look, we'll catch you up later on, guys, and we went into the event. And unfortunately, there was only 2 bits of pizza left, and they were stone cold. But we shared them. Well, I was telling you, there was 3 bits, so we kind of basically shared the 3 bits between us. But yeah, played loads of games, and then in the meantime I was trying to get in touch with Sean Southern and Andrew Morris because they were arriving at night time, for obviously they were going to be staying overnight, and then they had obviously we were doing the interview on this Sunday at 12:30. So Sean arrived, and I met them in the arena, and his wife Jude, both lovely people. I'll tell you, I was really surprised at how tall Sean was. I don't know why I would expect him not to be tall, but when you talk to somebody, you see somebody on a camera or on Skype, whatever, you somehow get an image in your head, and you presume somebody is a certain way, and Sean is a big guy. I mean, I don't know what height he is. I'm not very particularly tall. I'm 5'7", 5'6.5", 7. Sean must be 6 foot plus, so big guy. But hung about with Sean and his wife for probably a couple of hours. He was playing Star Wars. Had a drink with him as well, so that was really nice. So it got to about, I don't know what time it was. I think it was about 11:30, and it'd been a long day. I mean, Ian and myself had been up since kind of 4 o'clock in the morning, so it was a long day. So we decided to we're going to call it a night. So we jumped in the train, or on the tram I should say, got back. When we got off the tram, because we only had 1.5 bits of pizza, I was starving. So we had one of Blackpool's finest hamburgers. If you're particular about cleanliness, I don't think you would want to touch one of these fast food places with the proverbial barge pole. I mean, they don't look particularly clean, but you know what? After 3 or 4 pints of cider and an empty stomach, you would eat anything. So we got a hamburger each, and I've got to say it ticked the box. It was really nice. So I got back to the B&B, and after throwing something at Ian because he was snoring, I got quite a good night's sleep. The only highlight during the night was I got up for a piss, and I went in, boxer shorts on, nothing else, into the communal toilet, and as I went into the toilet I could just feel like wet under my foot, and I'm like, oh no. So I'm presuming it was piss that I stood in. I don't know, might have been water, who knows. But I washed my foot in the sink before going back to bed. So we woke up, Ian started talking to me about, I don't know, 7 o'clock in the morning, so he ended up making a cup of tea for us, and we decided I think we headed off about 9:15. Got the tram. We're actually really lucky, as you'll see in the video coming up, just as we got to the sort of beachfront, a tram was, had just arrived, so we started running, we caught up with it, and we got on okay, so that was fine. So we got to the event at 9 o'clock. What did we do? I can't actually remember. I think we played a few games, and then I went into not the exhibition hall, the traders hall. That was the first time I'd actually been in it since I arrived. I didn't go in it at all on the Saturday. The usual stuff, lots of games. There was no fudge stall. There was a sword stall. There was a stall selling, it was like carved chopping boards with like the PlayStation logo. There was t-shirt stalls. There was a really good stall. When I was talking to the guys, a fellow Scotsman, he sells purely Japanese games. If you're into Japanese stuff, that was pretty good. Though, like all these stalls there, they are quite expensive. But I suppose you've got to kind of think about it, well, you're not paying postage, you're guaranteed to get the thing there and then, you can see what it's like, you know. So they're not as cheap as eBay, but I suppose it is a bit easier. What did I buy? I actually bought this just before we left on the Sunday. I bought this thing. It's a SNES. It's a SNES arcade stick. Not tried it yet. Paid 30 quid for it. It is reassuringly heavy. I mean, it's not an official Nintendo. Who make it? ASCIIware, a well-known brand. Oh, it's kindy. Can you hear that? No. Oh, that's clicky. That's on and off. Don't know. It might be shite. I'll maybe do a video of that at some point. Bought that, and the only other thing I did buy was a PlayStation 2 controller, because the one I've got doesn't actually work. And believe it or not, of all the stalls, there was only one place that sold one PlayStation 2 controller. I think it was £4. I think the wee rubber bits off the left hand sort of joystick thing, but apart from that was good. So I was in the trader hall for a bit, then I came out and I wandered about. I did a recording. I mean, I was kind of planning to do a diary type thing of the whole weekend, but you know what, I think sometimes, and it's the same with people with smartphones, sometimes I think you've got to live for the moment. Stop filming things. People are obsessed with filming things, recording things, so they can put it on Facebook. So instead of looking through your eyes at what's going on, people are just obsessed with recording it on their phone so they can upload it onto Facebook, and people will go, oh wow, look at this. So I kind of decided the first day I didn't do any recording at all. I took a few photographs of people, which I'm going to put in the video, which will be following this. But I just enjoyed myself. So 12:30 came, and I've got to say, after doing the interview on the Saturday, I was really up for it. I was kind of buzzing to do it. I wasn't nervous at all. There probably wasn't as big a turnout, but I think the problem is Sunday is always quieter than the Saturday. So I don't know how many people were there. I think the whole hall holds maybe 150 people. There was maybe about 50 people or something. But so Sean and Andrew and their good ladies, they arrived, and I took them into the green room. I made them a cup of tea. We just kind of chilled out for about half an hour, and then they went in to play a few games, and then they came back at 12:15. We made our way down to the room, the big room that we were doing the talks in, and we obviously got ready. So yeah, did it go well? I think it did. The one problem that I had, and you'll notice it if you actually watch the video, they forgot to turn the light on above the table that I was sitting at. I was in the middle, Andrew was on my left, and Sean was on my right. Now, the light wasn't on, and I was trying to read my questions, and I could hardly see I could hardly make my writing out. Well, it was typed out, obviously. I could hardly read it. So I had to get the torch on my phone, and I was kind of like that, holding the torch. I was holding it underneath the table, trying to read the questions. And a couple of times, when I asked a question, the guys didn't talk for that long, and they sort of, I wouldn't say they stopped suddenly, but they didn't talk for as long as I was expecting. So a couple of times, especially at the beginning of the interview, which you'll probably notice, I was kind of caught in the hop a wee bit, and I was just having to kind of almost like wing it slightly. So I think maybe that kind of flung me slightly. I was a wee bit, I never got nervous at all, but I was just kind of conscious of, blimey, they've stopped talking, I need to ask a question. I would probably print questions off bigger, so that I didn't have to kind of read it. I mean, I was trying my best to read the question and then have it in my head, and then when the guys had kind of stopped talking, I was ready to go. But I think I kind of picked it up, and I kind of finished pretty well. I mean, you know, I think people enjoyed it. Hopefully, I did the guys justice, because, you know, there were two wonderful guests, as were the three guys on the Saturday. Really, really good guys. I would class Andrew and Sean as mates, you know what I mean? And I mean, Andrew's I don't know Andrew as well, whereas I was kind of hanging about with Sean on the Saturday as well. So I would look upon these guys as friends. I mean, I contacted Sean this morning actually, to say that I might be going down to Arcade Club probably next year, early next year, down in Leeds. And I said to Sean, I'll give him a shout if he fancies coming along. So yeah, the guests were absolutely wonderful. After that, I could sort of relax, and I played a few games. I went into Traders Hall, and I was meeting people. And hanging about with them, you know. But it was a fantastic weekend. I mean, I've tried to write apologies if I've missed out anybody. I've tried to remember everybody that I possibly could. If I've missed you out, please do not take it personally, because I have got a memory like a sieve. I really am, and I'm terrible for names, absolutely awful. So I just really, I mean, the guys that I met, Stephen from Retro Ulmin, top guy. Mr. Novabug, you know, Chris is an ace guy as well. Spent quite a bit of time with Pete on a retro tip. He's a lovely guy. Met his mate as well. I didn't catch his name. Met Steve Benway 3 times, I think it was. Got my picture taken with him. Had a good chat with him and his good lady as well. Steve's a lovely, lovely guy. I've already mentioned him, the legend Mr. Findass. I didn't see Derek after it. I don't know where he went. I mean, Derek is, you know, he stands out a mile. He was dressed with his kind of his beige overcoat and his Iron Maiden t-shirt. But I didn't see Derek. I don't know what happened to him. I mean, I met him probably 5 past 10 on the Saturday, and I never saw him again. But great, and I'll tell you one thing. I mean, Derek's wife, I think it's his wife. Hope it's his wife. Said to me how much she loves watching my Friday Waffle, and I just find it really, really funny, but it gives me an enormous amount of pleasure when somebody you've never met before tells you how much they love your Friday Waffle, because I'm thinking, it's just little old me just talking. I just talk about stuff. I don't even talk about video games half the time. And the fact that people enjoy watching that, I find it quite surprising. Well, I do and I don't, because I find it surprising because I'm just Alan, Big Al, Main Meister, call me whatever you want. I'm just me, and I don't live a fancy life, whatever. And I find it quite funny that people watch videos of people like me, just my life, you know what I mean? But then, conversely, when Steve Benway used to do his Friday Talkie, that was an essential watch for me, you know. So I do understand why people watch my Friday Waffle, because, you know, you get a connection for somebody. But getting back on track, yeah, I met Derek and his wife, both lovely, lovely people. Big Scott Bailey, Scott's Games Asylum. Scott's a lovely guy. Met Scott quite a few times. Really nice to catch up with him. Richard, Top Hat Gamer. Got to say, I'd never met Richard before, and if you're aware of Top Hat Gamer, Richard plays a part of, I wouldn't say he's a snob. He maybe comes across as a snob, but he was saying it was more like a sort of a Monty Python. It's like a parody of somebody who thinks they're better than other people. It's almost a piss take of himself. But you know what? I met Richard and his wife. Awesome people, absolutely awesome. So it was really, really nice to catch them. I was chatting to them for probably about half an hour over a cup of tea. Really, really nice people. So awesome to meet them as well. My mate Dave, Charlie F. Always nice to meet Dave. I usually bump into Dave doing these things. Really nice to meet him. Erwin, big Erwin Beerhoff, I think that's how you pronounce your second name, Erwin. He was there for the full weekend. Again, really nice catching up with him. Mr. Sub-Zero, Steve, met him quite a couple of times throughout the weekend. One of the highlights was after I'd done the Houston talk, a guy came up to me and introduced himself, and it's Paul Jenkinson. Now Paul, along with Derek Findass, Paul has an awesome website, YouTube channel. Paul's videos, I would probably say, they could almost be television quality. They're so well written, so well produced, so well, presented, absolutely top notch. And to have somebody like Paul coming up and wanting to say hello to me is brilliant, absolutely fantastic. So it was really nice meeting Paul. Met Kim Justice, lovely person, she really is. Met my old mate Alan Brown. I met him on the Sunday, just very briefly. And I've obviously mentioned Tony Temple and James Lilly. Like I says, guys, if there's anybody in there that I've missed out, please don't take it to heart, because like I says, it was a long weekend. I met a lot of people. I mean, you're always going to, that's why people don't mention people by name, because somebody's always going to get forgotten. So please don't take it personally if I've forgotten to mention your name. But just to kind of summarise, I had an absolute ball. Meeting people is always a highlight. It was great getting the opportunity to actually play a part in it. I did feel quite important. You know, I don't mind admitting that. I mean, especially on the Sunday, I was doing an interview myself. I had said to Chris Noverbug if he wanted to take part in it, but I think he was kind of looking forward to just kind of chilling out and relaxing, which I totally get. But yeah, it was a privilege to get the chance to meet people. I mean, when I started this video channel, I never in a lifetime thought I would ever get to be sitting next to guys who wrote games that I loved back in the day. You know, Andrew Hewson, Sean Southern. You know, I was a massive Kickstart fan, Lotus Turbo Challenge, all these games, and I'm getting to hang out with these guys like my pals. You know, it was an absolute privilege and an honour to be able to spend time with these people. It really, really was. And then being able to go into, like, you know, even, and I'm not doing it because I'm better than anybody, but I'm just a regular guy, and having a VIP armband on which let me basically just walk past the queue, go into a green room, sit down, have a cup of tea, have a packet of crisps. I mean, there was all this food provided as well. I felt important. It was wonderful. And I know I met Ian, he played his part. He was running about with a microphone, I think on about 4 or 5 the talks as well. I did go to all the talks, and I thought everybody did fantastic. There was the Retro Ulmin ones. There was Big Bad, what was his name? Big Boy Barry. He was one of the sort of the specialist gamers in Games World, which was kind of Sky's answer to Games Master back in the 90s. He was part of it as well, but really good. I enjoyed watching I attended every single panel talk, obviously in addition to the 2 that I did as well. So yeah, I had an absolute ball. I says the after show party, being able to walk about one of these big venues with virtually nobody there, and you could just go on to anything at all that you wanted to do. That was wonderful. That was really, really special as well. But you know, it was an awesome weekend. And I says the highlight for me was definitely just meeting all my pals, meeting my friends, making new friends, meeting old friends as well. It's always really, really nice. So yeah, I had an absolutely fantastic time. Not going to say I'm depressed to be back. I mean, I got back. What time did we get back? We watched the girls talk on the Sunday. That finished about 4:30. I think we left about 4:45. We stopped very briefly for something to eat, and then I got into the house about 9:15 at night. So I was pretty knackered when I went to my bed, and you know, I slept like the proverbial log as well. So yeah, that is it, guys. That was my Blackpool weekend. Now before you go, I'm going to put up some footage. I will do a wee bit commentary over it as well, just to kind of explain, well, you know, a bit of commentary just for added value. So anyway, guys, yep, this is it. So this was us on the Sunday morning, just walking our way down to the tram. As you can see, it wasn't actually far. That's kind of the beachfront right in front of you. So it was literally, I don't know, a minute and a half's walk from the beachfront. As you can tell, I mean, Blackpool, you know, it's no secret. It's the sort of the touristy part is extremely run down. It's actually quite sad to see, because I mean, Blackpool in its heyday was a haven for the British holidaymaker. It really was, you know, it was the place that people went. But now it really needs a lot of money flung at it. To be fair, they have spent a fair bit of money on the pleasure beach, and in fact myself and my ex and my daughter, we were down there maybe 2-3 years ago, and the actual pleasure beach itself is fine, but the front of Blackpool that you're about to see, it's desperate, it really, really is. But you know what, people still flocked to it. I mean, this was a Sunday morning, there's nobody about. On the Saturday night, it was absolutely jumping because you've got the illuminations, and people still do come to it. But yeah, karaoke bar, fresh off the grill every time. What is that? Sticky something or another. Donuts. Pat's £10 prize bingo. Alright, okay, that's quite literally Pat. Right, okay, they've missed out the apostrophe in Pat's. 10 pence for bingo. Yeah, it's quite a sad place on a Sunday morning. There we go. We sell cigarettes. But you know what? There are still people who love places like Blackpool. You know, it's not my cup of tea. Yeah, I come down here because, you know, that's where this event is, but it's actually quite sad to see. Is that the big Star Wars racer thing? Not quite sure. Hall of Mirrors. It's like, you know, it's never moved on from the 1970s. There you go, there's more donut stalls. There's somebody being sick. Family amusements. The thing is, the amusements are just money grabbing machines and fruit machines. There is none of the fun. I mean, it was the epicentre for the arcade player, it really was. As you'll see shortly, as we're walking up to the stop where the tram arrives, we notice the tram going past. And then we have to start legging it to catch it. I actually was just about to let it go and my mate says, look, come on, let's run for it. So I think it appears in shot just about now. Here it is. And we start running any second. You can see there it's lost a lot of the appeal, is that the right word to use? It's character. I mean, the original trams are just basically replaced by electric trains. Apologies about the camera work. I was just basically running hell for leather. Oh dear me, I'm getting sick just watching this. Woo! And we made it. I've got to say, the tram is actually pretty good. I mean, it tells you where you're going and that kind of stuff. So, now that there in the background, very quickly, is the Premier Adult Gentlemen's Club, i.e. lap dancing place. Now on the right is the wonderful Norbreck Hotel. Now if you look to the right, you'll see there they've not even updated the signpost. It's now called, what is that? I can't even see what that says. There's letters missing. The Norbreck Kapelde. I mean, it's now this bit here. This was the green room. This was the room that VIPs were given access to. You can see there, crisps, water. This was nice. We could basically go in, just kick back and relax in there. So this is the merchandise hall. I'm telling you, that's pretty obvious. The usual pops. The problem with a lot of these stalls, I find, is everything is just jam-packed in cases, and it makes kind of looking or finding stuff very difficult. It's fine when they've got the covers on display, but when games are just packed into big cases, it does make it very, very difficult. Now that there is not a robot, that is actually a dog. I didn't know what the hell it was. I don't think that was for sale. That's the guy there where I bought my all my sort of marquees. Actually really good quality. I'm not a big fan of walking about filming because people don't like getting filmed, you know, so I always try and keep the camera down fairly low. Lots of kind of non-video game stuff. I mean, these are just models and that kind of stuff. There's a t-shirt. Now I did actually buy one of them, or I'll rephrase it, my mate Ian bought me one as a sort of thank you for taking them, which I thought was really nice. So I've gone for the PC Engine controller, which looks really nice. All the usual suspects. There's a Xbox, Mega Drive, GameCube, various controllers, games, etc. As you probably know, I don't buy games per se. If I've got an Everdrive cartridge, that does me. This guy was selling some sort of nice artwork, obviously just, you know, taken from games. Quite nice. I like that Crash Bandicoot one actually, that's quite nice. Again, well, there's basically non-game related. There's a Last of Us, that's quite nice. The usual bead art. Don't know if bead art is still as popular. I mean, it was really, when it first came out, maybe about 3-4 years ago, it was, you know, it was really popular. Everybody was selling it, but I mean, I made a few of these myself, and I ended up buying them. Usual consoles. There was nothing I saw. One thing that was really apparent was the complete lack of any 8-bit software. I think Novabug managed to pick up a couple of Amstrad games, but in the main there was really nothing. It was all just consoles. Was it Retro Passion? I think this is there. They always have this big corner. Their stuff's expensive. It is. It's expensive, and you know, you can always get stuff a lot cheaper on eBay. Their actual consoles themselves are pretty expensive. But again, you know what? I'm not going to badmouth them because they provide the service. I think these cases are all sort of expensive games. But I didn't buy my SNES controller till the very last minute. I literally, it was just before 5 minutes before I left. I thought I've got £30 burning a hole in my pocket, so I decided to go for it. Yeah, that's all kind of Dungeons and Dragons, role-playing games. Nothing to do with video games, I'm afraid. There's a Pokemon ball thing. Again, that was just not really related to games, it was just tat, I'm going to call it. Or Pops and whatever, Monopoly, Pokemon. But on the right there, which I didn't actually go in because it was quite busy, there was a stall selling all these little mini arcade things. Don't know how much they were, but no interest. They were doing a raffle, £5 a ticket. My mate did buy 2. See what I mean? There's just so many games. It's almost impossible to actually see them. There's just too many there. Far too many. It all just blurs into one. I understand why they have to put them like that, but I don't even know if they're enough by to order, you know, which makes it difficult. There's more of the marquees. They were nice, I've got to say, I do like them. I mean, I've got 6 of them. Certainly brighten up a room. Again, usual, just PlayStation. It seemed to be PlayStation 2, Xbox 360. They were the kind of main culprits. There's these wooden boards, coasters and that kind of stuff. There's some very loosely based on video games. I don't know if they are. I don't know why they actually have these stalls there. You know, I would have thought there's your usual overpriced mystery bags, which is full of shit usually. That was a VR thing going on. This little kid's trying to pick up a ball in VR. Well, successfully. We did get it eventually, I think. There's the Japanese waffle, whatever you want to call it, bubble waffles, £4.50 for one, no thank you. There's this incredible, it's more of these lights. Yeah, there seem to be more just, I don't know, stuff vaguely, you know, loosely tied to gaming, but I'm not interested in any of that stuff. I don't know, that guy there, he had an amazing stall. I was talking to him for a few minutes, that's all his own stuff. All Japanese. But again, it was very difficult to actually find stuff. More of your damned pops. People must buy them. I mean, I've got 20 of them, Star Wars ones. No interest in buying anymore. And this guy, his stuff has nothing at all to do with video games. So I don't know why I don't know if they're maybe struggling to get gaming people in, and that's why they put these other stalls in. I don't know. I wasn't overly impressed with the merchandise, I have to say. Console set up, invest a little bit. That's the main gaming part in front of us. Playing Bomberman on the Saturn, I think it was. Always like the ambience of Blackpool. It's dark. It does feel kind of like an arcade, which unfortunately Glasgow is really daylight. It's like bright. This Blackpool make an effort to try and make it look like an arcade. I did meet my mate at this point. That's when I stopped recording. Later on, I think it was. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good cabs. There's Tempest. That's Asteroids Deluxe, I think it was. Is that Asteroids? Battle Zone. Star Wars, there was quite a few machines out of order, which you always get. There was, what's that, Wood Blasters, I think it was. There was Marble Madness, never played that. Don't know what that one was. There was cosplay, but I didn't actually see anyone walking. Well, I saw a couple of people in Robotron. What that was. Having the lights out doesn't make it ideal for video. Whether maybe just my camera was even clean. This was the bit at the back I was telling you about. This is all the candy cabs. They're nice. That was, I had a shot of that Darius. It's like massively white. It's like 2 or 3 boners. Yeah, that's what I want to build myself. Something like that for sure. That was awesome. Yeah, good selection. They're all, I think they're Japanese games. These are all like the shooters at the left, these are all Canadian ones. Which I've got no interest in at all. That was really popular, and you see there's all these Japanese people playing. Obscure dance type things. I don't know what that was, real something or other, I don't know what it was. I don't know what that is either. Inflatable Dragon. There weren't many pinball tables, I think I counted maybe about 10 or something. Never got a chance to play them. Yeah, there weren't many at all. There on the right, that was a sort of like stage area. On the Sunday, I can't remember, Gaming Muso, he's a YouTuber, he basically plays rock guitar to soundtracks and whatever, like, so he did a wee kind of half an hour gig on the Sunday. Got to say, he's excellent, really good. That was all Xboxes playing Halo, I think it was. Schedule of the talks, I should say. So there was the usual, there was all these, I don't know why I even walked up and down there because you can't even see what's on the screens, all the different home systems. There were some really obscure ones which was quite nice to see, but generally I don't play any of these, and the reason I don't play any of them is because I've got them at home. People give a basic overview of the whole area. Yeah, I don't really see a lot of point in me going all the way down to Blackpool to play a game on a system that I can play in the house. You know, for me, I'd rather play an arcade game that I don't have. I mean, it's all very well playing a MAME cab, but if I can play the real thing, I'm going to do that. These are all PCs. I think that was Call of Duty or whatever it was. Counter-Strike, I think it might have been actually. There's a Minecraft area. One thing I forgot to mention in the sort of the talk at the start, when I was talking to Sean Southern on the Saturday night, there was a guy, and I can't remember his name. He is basically working on a new version, and it's a sort of like a spiritual successor to Trailblazer, and he was telling me all about it. And he said to me, "Can I show you?" So he took me over to his stall and he booted it up on the PC, and he was showing me, and it looks amazing. It really, really does. And I just thought, you know what? Well, it was so nice that somebody's so passionate about what they're working on that they wanted to show me it, you know, and it was amazing, really, really good. And that's why I love these events, because you just get to meet, you know, so many really nice people. Great to see all these people enjoying these games. I mean, I would imagine that probably most of the people that attend these don't have the systems, and that's why they go along. There's Erwin, I think. What game that he was playing actually. There's the Virtual Boy. I'm not sure what Erwin's playing there. It was a shame not to see Big Mark, Black Tobaccolist Prime. It says Mark was planning to come across, but he's got a few kind of health issues at the moment, so he wasn't able to make it. But so you were missed, Mark. You're missed big style, mate, and I'm looking forward to catching up with you next year. That's a certainty. And Gadget UK, I thought Chris was going as well. I hope everyone's okay, Chris. If you're watching this video, again, it would be nice to have caught up with you. I mean, there was a few people that didn't get to go. But I understand, you know, like I say, real life takes over at times. So yeah, there was, I mean, I think most of the systems were there. I don't think there was many systems that weren't there. Did I see a Vectrex? Actually, I didn't see a Vectrex, which is quite, no, it's not to say there wasn't a Vectrex, I just didn't see any. Other than running up and down for this video, I never actually really, didn't actually go and look at anything to play. Now, there was some video game of sorts going on up there, I don't know what that was. Just in there was the Next. Yep, there's the Spectrum Next, that's what it looks like. Hopefully get that soon. I did see Jim Bagley a couple of times, but when I actually went up to look for him, he wasn't there. It's actually the first play event that I've been to for a long time where I never actually got a chance to talk to him. He was talking to somebody at that point. Didn't want to interrupt. That's the thing, when people are talking to other people, you don't want to interrupt. Karaoke thing, that's a Commodore Amiga, is that an Amiga thing? C64C, Spectrum, BBC, is that a Commodore 64, is that a VIC-20, or is that running Grid Runner possibly? It's hard to tell. This guy was playing 3D Monster Maze. Fair play, big man. Handhelds, some Game Boy Advances, I think there's a couple of 3D Game Boys as well. cab wise, as I says, it was a pretty good turnout. I mean, you're not going to get every game, obviously. No, I don't know how many cabs there were. I'm sure I was talking to Sub-Zero, and I'm sure he said there was about 100 cabs, something like that. I mean, there was a good selection. Always nice to see the hydraulic, Space Harrier outrun. I mean, there's a lot of people that have probably never actually got to play these sit-down versions before. Maybe their only exposure to them is playing it on MAME, but to actually get to play these is pretty cool. Crazy Taxi, was it 18-wheeler I think it's called? Power Drifter, I never actually spotted that one. Sadly, the track and field, only one run button on both players worked, so it was a bit, although I just pressed one button, the fact that you couldn't pick what button to press was a bit rubbish. I would absolutely love to have a shot at the joystick version of that. I know it does exist. Star Wars, yeah, nobody's even playing it either. Lovely game, totally get why people love it so much. This is Asteroids again. Asteroids Deluxe looked like, it looked kind of 3D because it was the reflection, and it looked amazing. It was really nice. There's Space Harrier. When I played Space Harrier during the party thing, when it was all quiet, somebody had basically left it with, it must have been about 50 lives, so I played it for about 20 minutes, and I just kept dying. I got bored. It was Time Crisis, but beautiful game. Now you might know, there's Mr. Sub-Zero playing Star Wars. He didn't actually know I was filming him at this point. Look how beautiful that screen is. How nice is that? Way to go, Steve, not a bad effort, son. And finally, just a few photographs. That was on the Saturday night of Blackpool and the big wheel in the background. So it was really busy, and I think it was mainly for all the lights. Like, I do understand why kids still like to come down here. It's not my cup of tea, but you know. That's an arty shot of me taking a picture of my mate Ian taking a picture of me. And Mr. Gadget Show, I saw he was actually filming himself playing some games, so I was talking to him for about 10 minutes. Actually a really, really nice guy. There's Mr. Retro Ulmin himself, Steve. Absolute top guy. He did an absolutely cracking job pulling this whole thing together. And Mr. Sean Southern on the left and Andrew on the right. I look so small, and it's not because I'm tiny, it's because Sean is a big bugger. And there's me with Mr. Mr. Top Hat Gamer himself. Lovely guy, he really is. And the legend that is Mr. Benway. Steve's an absolute top guy, he really is. So anyway guys, that is it. As always, thank you very much for watching.